again, it's Alex with AFS 401k Retirement Services. This is episode 66 of Money Hacks. And if you're watching this one and the previous one back to back, you'll notice I'm shooting them at the same time in my fish shirt and my Jordans. My colleague, Jason Dahl, certified financial planner, and on Twitter, Financial Plan Man, put an article on LinkedIn a week or so ago about tips for your financial life during the COVID-19 health pandemic. It seems like every conversation we have, we reiterate what an extraordinary period this is for all of us. And so he had some real down-to-earth and real-life financial planning tips that I thought were great, and we've been talking about with a lot of folks. So check out that LinkedIn post. We'll link to it for sure. But the basics are about maintaining your financial picture, maintaining your budget. I know there are certain areas that a lot of us have seen impacted when it comes to our financial lives. If you've had your hours reduced or if you've been out of work, that's been a major change to perhaps what you were expecting in January or February. But being able to think about a cash flow plan and work on sticking to that plan or revisiting and revising that plan as necessary is a really critical thing, because we will get through this period, and we want to make sure that as you get through it, we're working towards a more successful financial life. And the second tip that goes along with that is not to forget about emergency savings. If you're in a period right now where you or a spouse are out of work or not working as much, of course, that's where emergency savings can come into play. And if you have emergency savings, this is the time that you might need to access those funds to maintain your living expenses. But for those who are able to keep working, it's a great reminder of the importance of every pay period, putting some money aside into emergency savings. That is our number one foundational piece in our hierarchy of financial needs that I've talked about on a lot of these money hacks, because we think it's just so critically important. Another really great tip from Financial Plan Man was to focus and not forget about donating to charity, especially in this period. There are a lot of charitable organizations that are in need of your time, your energy, and financial donations. And so if you normally make financial contributions to charitable organizations, and you do that either throughout the year or at the end of the year, or if you're fortunate enough that you're making larger financial contributions and you've been kind of bucketing those together to do so in various years for a tax deduction purpose, this is a great time to look at that and perhaps start making those contributions, or make larger contributions now, kind of making them all at once instead of maybe doing it throughout the year at the end of the year, if you can afford to do so, to help some of the great organizations and causes that are important to you in this environment where many people are in need and need help. So check out the article. There's some other great tips that I can't remember off the top of my head, but as always, if there's anything that we can do that you have questions, comments, or feedback about when it comes to your financial life, both for today, tomorrow, and your long-term retirement savings, feel free to reach out to us, to hit us up on social. Look forward to seeing you. Hope this was helpful. Thanks again. See you soon.